Right now, your brain is being hijacked by a drug more addictive than cocaine. That drug is busyness. And the terrifying part? You're probably convinced it's making you successful when it's actually slowly killing your potential. In the next few minutes, I'm going to show you why your mind craves constant motion. Chapter 1, The Busyness Delusion. Why does checking your phone feel more urgent than calling your best friend? The answer lies in what neuroscientists call the dopamine chase. Your brain doesn't distinguish between completing a meaningful project and clearing 17 meaningless notifications. Both trigger the same reward pathway, flooding your system with dopamine. Here's the scary part. Busyness creates the illusion of progress without actual achievement. Think of it like running on a treadmill while staring at a TV showing a nature documentary. You feel like you're moving through the forest, but you haven't actually traveled anywhere. That's your brain on busyness. The mechanism works like this. When you complete any task, no matter how trivial, your brain releases dopamine. This feels good, so you seek out more tasks to complete. Your brain starts to prefer smaller, easier tasks because they provide quicker dopamine hits. You become addicted to busy work while avoiding the deeper, more challenging work that actually matters. You become a productivity junkie, getting high off your own to-do list. Try this thought experiment. Imagine your life as a movie. Would you rather watch a film where the main character frantically runs around completing random errands for 2 hours? Or one where they take deliberate action towards something meaningful? Chapter 2, The Stillness Antidote. What if I told you that your most productive moments happen when you're doing absolutely nothing? When your brain isn't actively focused on tasks, it switches into what's called the default mode network. This is when your mind makes unexpected connections, processes, experiences, and generates creative insights. The practice is simple but challenging. Schedule emptiness. Start with just 10 minutes a day where you do absolutely nothing productive. No phone, no book, no podcast, no mental planning. Just sit with your thoughts. Your brain will initially panic. This is withdrawal from the busyness drug. Here's your practical strategy. Set 3 stillness appointments with yourself this week. Treat them as seriously as you would a meeting with your boss. Many people discover that their best ideas emerge during these seemingly unproductive moments. Chapter 3, Reframing Urgency. Everything feels urgent until you understand the difference between urgent and important. Your brain has an ancient alarm system designed to keep you alive in a world full of physical threats. But in our modern world, this system treats an angry email like a charging lion. The urgency trap works like this. Your brain categorizes tasks based on how quickly they demand your attention, not based on how much they actually matter. The squeaky wheel gets the oil, even if that wheel isn't connected to anything important. Here's a game-changing reframe. Treat your attention like a financial investment. Create what I call an urgency filter. Before responding to any request or task, pause and ask 3 questions. Is this actually time-sensitive, or does it just feel that way? What happens if I address this tomorrow instead of right now? What important task am I not doing while I handle this urgent one? Chapter 4, The Productivity Paradox. Here's something that will blow your mind. The most productive people do fewer things, not more. They've discovered what researchers call the productivity paradox. The more you try to do, the less you actually accomplish that matters. Your brain has limited cognitive resources, much like a smartphone has limited battery life. When you run multiple demanding apps simultaneously, everything slows down. Psychologists call this task-switching penalty. The solution isn't better multitasking. It's strategic single-tasking. Instead of trying to optimize your schedule to fit more in, optimize it to do fewer things with greater impact. Here's your practical approach. Identify your big 3 for each day. These should be tasks that, if completed, would make you feel genuinely satisfied with your day's work. Everything else is either delegated, delayed, or deleted. Chapter 5, The Rest Revolution. Your brain doesn't have an off switch, but it does have different operating modes. When you never allow yourself genuine rest, you force your brain to stay in high alert mode constantly. This is like redlining a car engine. Real rest isn't just the absence of work, it's the presence of restoration. Your brain needs different types of rest for different functions. Active rest, like walking or light exercise, helps process stress hormones. Social rest involves connecting with people who energize rather than drain you. Creative rest engages different neural networks through activities like art, music, or nature exposure. Passive rest allows your brain to consolidate memories and reset attention systems. The rest revolution starts with redefining productivity to include restoration. Schedule rest like you schedule meetings. Try this experiment. For 1 week, track not just what you do, but how you feel after different activities. You'll probably discover that some things you consider rest actually increase mental fatigue. Chapter 6. Building your clarity system. Clarity isn't something that happens to you. It's something you create through intentional systems. Most people wait for clarity to strike like lightning. Instead, you need to build what I call a clarity system. Your clarity system has 3 components. Regular mental decluttering, weekly reviews where you assess what's working, what isn't, and what needs to change. Value alignment checks, regularly asking whether your current activities align with your deeper values. Energy auditing, tracking what gives you energy versus what drains it. The most powerful tool is what I call the future self filter. Before saying yes to any commitment, imagine yourself a year from now. Will your future self thank you for this decision? Start building your clarity system this week. Schedule a weekly 30-minute appointment with yourself. Chapter 7. The long game. Everything we've discussed comes down to one fundamental choice. Do you want to live reactively or intentionally? The busy trap keeps you reactive, constantly responding to whatever demands your attention next. But intentional living means you're the author of your own story. The long game isn't about becoming lazy or unambitious. It's about becoming strategic. True success isn't measured by how packed your schedule is, but by how much your daily actions align with your deepest values. Here's what life looks like on the other side of the busyness addiction. You wake up with clarity about what actually matters today. You're able to be fully present in conversations. You make decisions based on your authentic priorities, not just external pressures. Most importantly, you feel like you're living your own life, not just managing it. The transformation doesn't happen overnight. Some days you'll fall back into old patterns. That's normal and expected. Remember, every moment of stillness is a victory over the busyness culture. Every time you choose intention over reaction, you're rewiring your brain for a more fulfilling life. Your brain will always be tempted by the dopamine hits of busy work, but now you know better. You're not just breaking free from busyness, you're reclaiming your right to live deliberately. Start with one practice from today's discussion. Choose something that resonates with you and commit to trying it for just 1 week. Your future self will thank you for taking this first step toward a more intentional life.